back to another tutorial. So in today's tutorial we'll be exploring on one more topic, one more interesting topic we can say when it comes to ServiceNow email actions, and that is email filter. So let's first try to understand. As you can see, I have opened the ServiceNow docs on my screen. Okay, so what is email filters? So as the name signifies, right? So email filters help you out to filter the emails which are not relevant to yours. Okay, or you can call it as spam email, or on any email which is coming to your ServiceNow instance, what actions you want to take on top of it. Okay, so if we go with the ServiceNow definition, so it tells that email filter specifies which inbound email to ignore or to move to certain particular mailbox. Okay, so it's just a different what we can say, it's just a segregation of emails, inbound emails. Okay, how exactly you want to process. The next line is like when an email is ignored, the email is saved to the instance, but it will not get progressed. Okay, it will not get processed. Okay, so let's try to understand the concept. Okay, so in easy word, first of all, the email filter is like if, for example, someone's trying to spam you out. Okay, then you can take a preventive actions on top of it. Okay, to ignore this kind of mails. Okay, or if you don't want to get emails from certain domain, then you can uh, ignore those mails or vice versa. Okay, so let's jump into the instance straightforward, and let's try to understand what this is all about. So this is my personal development instance, and if you type mailbox, so in system mailbox you can get tons of options, right? It's like inbox, receive, junk. These are the what we can say subsets of the inbound emails. Okay, and then we have outbound ones, and then if you scroll down you have something called filters, right? So what these filters are, okay, so if I open these filters out, okay, and if you see, so filters are like are the what we can say um it's like a condition which you have defined, and based on that condition you will be taking certain actions on the inbound events. So for example, if I open this particular action or email filter, okay, let's see what's there inside it. So it says move spam to junk folder. Okay, so basically what it signifies is like if the header contains any of this thing. Okay, this if the from a broader perspective, I will just explain. If whatever you see on the right hand side, right, if this is contained in the mail, then it's a spam email. Okay, so if header contains any of this stuff like this or this or this, okay, then what we are planning to do is like if you come over here, so it has an option called filter action. Here you have to define if this action is if this action is match, then what we have to do. So if I open it out in a new tab, okay, so let's see what it talks about. Okay, so it has a filter action, and what this filter action says is like if whenever we get anything, any email which matches the condition of this filter, okay, you have to move it to the junk. Okay, so you can see type move to junk. Okay, so it will, so you have two options: either you can mark it as ignored mail, or you can move it directly to the junk mails. Okay, and it's active true, that means it will be active, right? So, and if you want to perform certain actions, for example, if you got a mail for which the header get matched with any of these criteria, right, it's a all query. So if anything get matched, so definitely it will move to a junk folder. Okay, but if you want to trigger certain actions on top of it, so you can define those actions into action script. Okay, for example, you want to say you want to trigger and monitoring alert or anything like this. Okay, you can do it over here. Okay, so let's create one fresh action and see how exactly it works. Okay, so we'll go over here again, and we will go to filters. and we will create a new filter. So we'll give it a name called what we ignore, what we can say, ignore hello mails, for example. And I will give a condition. I want to ignore if subject contains hello. Okay? Just something I have to remember. So I can go over here. I can give subject. It's referencing to email table, so it will have all the components from the email. Okay, and contains, and if I give hello, okay, that's it. You can define multiple conditions over here, and I will save it out. Okay, now the next step, as a part of next step, we have to define filter action. So what we have to do, if we get a mail which has a subject which contains hello, so we will move it to junk folder. Okay, that's it. I just want to do that. Okay, I will submit it out, and now let's try it out. So I will again go all, and I will go to inbox. Okay, and let's trigger a mail. So I will go to the email. Okay, this is my Technomonk emails. Okay, if you want to drop any mails, any queries, you can drop to this email ID, and I will give it like dev, and this is the email ID. So if you want to try anything on your personal instance, so this is the format how you can send the email to the ServiceNow. It's the instance ID at the ServiceNow developers.com. Okay, and I will give hello world, and we will give here also hello world body. Okay, and if I send this out, let's see. One thing to keep in mind when you are working on this kind of tutorials is like, as this is a PDI instance, okay, it's just for, we are using this instance just for learning purpose, so it will definitely take some time to reach your inbox, okay, and to get processed. Okay, so we'll wait for that. Okay, so I will be waiting over here. Okay, so I'll go, I will pin it out again, and if I see, we want that email to land into chunks, right? Let's see if we get something into chunk folder. It takes some time. You have to be patient. It takes ideally 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, in some cases. Okay, so we'll just keep on refreshing. That's the only thing we can do right now. So, and see, we got the mail, and it didn't get processed, it got ignored. You can see the status ignored, right? It's with hello world, and it didn't get processed, right? Perfect. Okay, now let's try if I deactivate that filter out. Okay, so we'll go to filters again. Okay, and I have this particular filter with hello emails, right? So I'll mark it to false. Come on. So I'll mark it to false. Now it should not act, right? Okay, done. And we will do the same activity. Okay, so I will screen, I will go over here, I will compose the email, I will give the same thing, so it will be developers. Okay, and it will be hello world. I will give the same text, and I will give hello world body, and I will send it again. Okay, now this time it should not land into junk. Okay, it should land into somewhere in inbox and received. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, let's wait for one minute more. Okay, as always. So junk. Oh, we can look into received also. So we'll keep on refreshing the received. Okay. And now you can see we got one mail called hello world. We just got entered. You can see the just now, right? Hello world. And this time it got processed. You don't believe me? I can show you if I go back to the junk one, right? To see if we get a new mail over there or not. No, we didn't get a new mail. So this is how this email filter works. So using filters, okay, what you can do is like you can define a set of process, okay, that for this particular entity, I don't want to trigger any emails, right? And it will not trigger any email for the same. Okay. Now moving on to the next entity, which is this one. Okay, system address filter. So what is system address filter now? Okay, so the system address filter is the system filter, okay, which is used to act upon the specific domain. Okay, so if by default we have one filter over here, right? And as you can see, it's its default inbound system filter, okay, and it states ignore emails from these centers. Now what are these centers? Okay, so you can do the filter configuration over here. Now you will be guessing from where this is coming, right? Ignore senders. So it's coming from another module, okay, which is called email address filter. So if I click on this, so it gives ignore sender. If I open this is the one, okay, which was showing over there. Okay, so it shows that we don't want any mail from this particular uh, postmaster postmaster at the rate or something like this. It's clear now, right? Okay, and you can define over here the, what we can say, the domains also, what domains you want to block. Okay, so let's create a new email address filter and see if it works. So I will go to email address filter and let's do it for Gmail. Okay, domains, and it's like allow or deny. So I want to deny, right? So I will deny. And what is that? It's like @gmail.com. So I don't want this particular domain to be there. Okay, so we can go over here. I can create a new, and I will give domain @gmail.com and submit. Okay, now upon submission I can submit this out. Okay, so we got an email address filter created. Now we'll create a system address filter for the same. So I will create a new system address filter. Okay, I will give it again name Gmail account block. It should be on inbound email. Okay, block email for Gmail. Okay, and over here you can select the filter which you have created. So I've created a filter called Gmail, and boom, it's done. Save. Now let's try to send email again. Okay, from our favorite email account, which is a Technomonk account. So I'll go again over here. Okay, we'll compose a new email. We'll give dev, it's developers one. Okay, I will give test email domain. I will give test email domain body. I think this is good. We'll send it out, and now we will wait for the email to come. So I will go back over here, and I will go to received. Now till the time we were getting all the mails, right? We have seen the hello world mails and all those things. Okay, we'll wait in the similar fashion. Okay, how we waited for the previous emails, and hopefully it will not encounter that email into our email box. We'll wait for 1 minute because it was taking approx 1 minute. Okay, for other emails to get into the system. Anything in junk? No. So we didn't get any mails. We can assume that we didn't get any mail. Okay. Now let's go back to the filters. Okay. And I will go to the email address system address filter. And now let's deactivate. Why to deactivate also, right? What we'll do, we'll open the Gmail account. You can, as I told you, can do the vice versa also, right? So till now we were denying it out. Now we will allow it out. Okay, so instead of deny, I will allow. So it's like whitelisting. If you want to receive mail from a certain domain only, okay, then you can do this configuration also. Okay, so the configurations are done. Okay, and now if we go back to the email, we'll have the same text. I don't want to confuse you guys, so I will give test email body. Okay, we'll copy this out, compose a new email, developer ServiceNow. I'll give this, I'll give this, and I will remove this from here because we were not having body in the start, and I will send. Now as we have whitelisted this domain, right, Gmail domain, so ideally we should receive a mail now from the same. Okay, so we'll go to received, and we will wait again for the mail to come. And now you can see we got the mail. Okay, test email domain, right? Okay, it got processed also. Okay, so in this way you can either block certain domains which you feel that which are spamming your instance or something like this. Okay, or which you feel that it's creating a vulnerability in your instance, right? So you can block those instances, and in the opposite term you can consider it a use case that if you want to allow only certain domains to send mails to your system, so you can whitelist them out. Okay, so this is all for today's tutorial. In today's tutorial we have learned what is email filters, what are the different aspects of email filters. Okay, in that the one aspect was like based on header, subject, body, anything you can define any conditions, right? Okay, you can take the actions on the mail, either you can ignore them, either you can put them in the chunk. It's based on your desired. Okay, and also you can write some script to trigger certain actions if certain incident happen. On the other side, we have seen the system of address filter, okay, where you can either whitelist certain domain out or either you can block certain domain out. Okay, so this is all for today's tutorial.